That's a very beautiful question. The moment that happened, December last year, we were able to take it as one of the challenges. And at the same time, we went back to the drawing board. And after putting one or two things in places, we now thought that the best thing is for us as a political party and as a party that wants to take over the governance of Ekiti in 2026, we approached the court of law, which we all believe that court is there for everybody to adjudicate on every cases. That's why since that time we have been in court. I would disagree with that. That in our inability to solve our inner problem is due to leadership problem. I would disagree with that. The first thing I will push before you as to that is that every political party has its own internal crisis. It now depends on the ability of the stakeholders to manage it. Don't forget that PDP is not in government. Even though the APC too, they are having their own problem, internal crisis. Why is not all that more pronounced is that they are in government. Everybody looks up to, may I say, the governor, trying to get one or two things from him, either patronages, contracts, appointments, just even mere greetings. But on the part of the PDP, they are not in government. So whatever internal crisis we'll be having or we have been having will be more pronounced than a party that is in government, because everybody looks up to such a party. I will try to explain further. What I mean is that the governor of Ekiti State today is the chief executive officer of this state. He receives whatever comes from to Ekiti. He discharges it on behalf of Ekiti. So, traditional rulers, opinion holders, party members, non-party members at times look up to him for one thing or the other. But a party that is not in government, we should be able to expect more constant in-house disagreement, which of course there is no clear leadership. Everybody wants to assume that position of a leader. You are a leader, I'm a leader, you are a leader. Nobody wants to take order from anybody. Unlike the other party that is in government, the governor becomes the leader of the party, aside from the executive, whereby the governor presides on the affairs of the state. So, crisis, internal or whatever you call it, is not peculiar to PDP alone. It happens in other political parties. The Yoruba people or the Ekiti people will say, permit me to say this in Yoruba, gbogbo bi láti máa dá iná alẹ́ ọbẹ̀ tán fi jẹ iyán yẹn òun ló yàtọ̀. Every community in this state, like I'll be speaking like an Ekiti man, they must prepare dinner. But whatever soup you use to take that dinner might be different from house A or house B. It depends on how you manage it. So what I'm saying in essence is that, agreed, PDP is having internal crisis like other political parties, but we have been managing it. Even though in a nuclear family, whereby you have husband and wife and 1 or 2 children, they still have crisis or disagreement. But the husband will call the wife will call the husband, oh boy, let's settle this thing. We don't want our neighbor to interfere. That is what is happening. Have you been seeing APC campaigning? The government in power. Have you been seeing them campaigning? No. So you cannot limit it to PDP alone. Despite the fact that we're having our own internal crisis, they too, they're having their own. I want to believe that as a journalist, you are aware of their own share of problem too, which made them not to campaign like us. But I can tell you, the case of PDP is different. In the next few days, you see us on the street campaigning rigorously for Dr. Wole Oluyede, who is our candidate and who is going to be the next governor of this state, either they like it or not. I'm telling you, as a neighbor, they too are having their own internal crisis. And I've told you, and I've even pushed the question before you, have you been seeing Oyebanji or APC campaigning in Ekiti? No! Capital no! Because they too are having their own internal rift or crisis or whatever you call it. But I can assure you, the PDP in this state, Dr. Wole Oluyede will start the campaign by March. You can take that to the bank. We will start our campaign in this state by March. We have been able to put all the campaign committees in place. Every committee now is being put together. We are having few days to March. So everything will take over in March by the grace of God. There's no looking back. We are a party to beat in this state. They are only trying to put 1 or 2 things together, which is outdated. We have gone beyond that. Ekiti PDP has gone beyond all these shenanigans being put together by the party of the day, by the government of the day with other detractors. We have gone beyond that. It's only just a temporary setback we are having, and we have overcome it. I tell you, by March, you see our campaign flag taking place in Ekiti, either they like it or not. There's no alternative. I'm more than confident. We are more than confident. Ekiti people are waiting for us. You know that man called Dr. Wole Oluyede? He was once with the APC. He was with them. He knows them. He knows their shenanigans. He knows how they do these things. And that has been the major problem. Because he knows them, he knows their interests, he knows their shenanigans. You see all these 1 or 2 things being used against him, and coming to the what you have asked, the court will give a judgment in favor of Oluyede, compelling INEC to publish the name of Oluyede in the next few days. I can assure you that, because we conducted our primary on November 8, 2025, under the leadership of Alhaji Iliya Damagun, which, as at that time, in the eyes of the law, was the chairman of the PDP. There was no contention, there was no court case, there was no any argument. He gave directive, he notified INEC of the Ekiti PDP primary. INEC in Abuja received the notice. They communicated with Ekiti INEC, Ekiti Rec, and they moved from Abuja to Ekiti to observe, to conduct, to monitor, and even to take the result of the PDP gubernatorial primary, which Dr. Wole Oluyede emerged victoriously. Four aspirants contested. One stepped down for him on the floor of the primary, which is Peter Obafemi. Three of them went to the primary. Dr. Wole Oluyede emerged victoriously. Two of them embraced him, whatever. And so INEC went ahead to swear to an affidavit confirming what they have observed, confirming what they have witnessed, upholding the result of that very primary which Oluyede emerged. Can you deny or denounce your legitimate child? No. All what has been happening after that primary is just a child play, because Damagun, Iliya Damagun, in the eyes of the law, was the chairman of the party by that time that gave notice to INEC that Ekiti will be going for primary election on November 8. Damagun handed over to Turaki-led PDP December 8, 2025. You know, in Ekiti and Osun election, they are off-cycle election, whereby Ekiti is just a month interval. Ekiti will have the first, followed by Osun. People normally castigate Senator Jackson Ademola, the governor of Osun State, for will I say defecting from PDP to Labour Accord Party. He saw the whole thing coming, unlike Ekiti, whereby as at the time we conducted the primary of Ekiti, Damagun Iliya was the chairman. But when they wanted to conduct the primary in Osun, there was like there was no clear division. Who was driving who was at the driver's seat of the PDP? Is it Damagun? Is it Turaki-led PDP or Wike Group PDP? That was why Senator Jackson Ademola Adeleke tactically moved, I will not say defection, moved to Accord Party. But on our own case, we were very saved, because as at the time we conducted Ekiti primary, November 8, Iliya Damagun was the chairman of the PDP. There was no contention. You see, electoral process or electoral act or the constitution of any nation like us in Nigeria is like the work of an artist. For instance, maybe as an artist, you draw something and you're able to satisfy with the situation. You submit it for people to to view. Let me tell you, another artist, if another artist is being invited to look at what we have done, he might have one or two things to say. Oh, this space is too much, or this is too tiny. That means there is no perfection in making laws. Law making is a continuous process. So our electoral act, what they have done recently, is just a process whereby it is not an end. We have to commend them for taking such a step, but they will have gone a little bit ahead to make sure that electronic transferring of result happens immediately. Everywhere in Nigeria, who tells you there is no network? If there is no network, you can send a message from your phone, from all this phone to anywhere. The message will transfer. Even though the service providers too, they have been able to come up to tell Nigerians that if they engage them, they will do it. Then why is the National Assembly trying to drag themselves on these things? It's like they are making us to understand, or they are making us to believe that they are having ulterior motive, because they reload themselves into such offices, into such positions. If it were to be free and fair election, about 75% of the people at the National Assembly will not be there. Look at what happened in Akpabio's senatorial visit. Look at what happened during the last National Assembly election. We all saw what happened. Do you want such a person to support transmission of election result right away from the polling unit, whereby what happened in the last 3 or thereabout years is in the public glare? Look at Ekiti, for example. Ekiti election, during the governor election about 4 years ago. How do you send the result of the election 5 days ahead of the election day? Is disheartening. But we still continue the National Assembly. If peradventure they resume tomorrow, they should still perfect this electoral act. They cannot do it or finish it one day. All what we want is open contest. If you are winning me, if you are defeating me in any contest, you should be able to do that within the covers of the established principles, which I would not want you to corner short me at my leg, because of the fact that maybe I don't have what you have. But in the open contest, people of my constituency, my people, they want me in that office, and maybe you are using 1 or 2 connections to do that through the electoral empire. These things must be stopped. The moment we get ourselves right in the electoral process, Nigeria will move forward. We will move forward. That is the bane of our development. In a situation whereby the person that takes over governance the people that are supposed to elect him were not there. He or she got to that office through other means. It is disheartening, and that's why you see apathy in any election, because they will believe that it is 4 years program, what happens, what comes out in the next 4 years. God will help us. We'll continue to engage National Assembly members. We'll continue to tell them the right thing to do as constituents, because we want a situation whereby our electoral process will be all and right. It's laughable. Who is INEC? Is it Ekiti INEC or National INEC? Who is conducting the election? Who is conducting the election? You see, we all understand all these shenanigans. Go to INEC portal today, you will not see his name there. Why is REC Ekiti so much becoming the mouthpiece of Ekiti APC? I've challenged him some weeks ago. Ekiti REC, don't be the spokesperson of APC in Ekiti. Go to the portal of INEC today about Ekiti election. The recently conducted Abuja local government election, you see all the candidates in the INEC portal. It's obvious. But here you see, Ekiti is more than that. Ekiti is a state of professors, intellectuals. The whole world knows that Ekiti is not a pushover state. We are not pushover. If somebody is staying at the corner of his room, misinforming Ekiti, we will just be laughing at the person. Go to the INEC portal today, you see what happens there. They are just trying to rubber stamp here. They are just trying to whitewash. We are washing them. We are laughing at them. Are you getting what I'm saying? We are monitoring the whole thing. It's our neighbor. They are our neighbor. As a good neighbor, we should be able to have interest in what happens at your neighbor's house. Because if it is dangerous, thing that is happening there, it can be extended to your house if you don't take caution. We are watching. We are monitoring, but I can tell you for free that go to the INEC portal, National INEC portal. You know what is happening there as regards Ekiti gubernatorial election. INEC should not share room with APC. They are umpire. They are referees. A referee does not take side in any football match. The moment you are trying to say you are wearing jersey 12, you have included yourself with 11 team members, which is injurious. We are watching, we are monitoring. At the appropriate time, we will address Ekiti on this issue.
People of the Fountain.